Okay, it's time to read the Bible for 10 minutes. Yes, and we're in Daniel chapter 10. And what you're going to understand is the vision that Daniel has is with the encounter with a heavenly messenger. And so, what it's going to give you is that it pertains to faith. It pertains to a humbled spirit, and it also talks about the unseen battles. Amen. These unseen battles, they come in our day-to-day, our life struggles, things that happen, unwanted things, all of a sudden things, okay? So in chapter 10, it's going to show us how Daniel, he prays and he fasts and he's led to having a revelation, okay? And so it teaches us how to have the victory, to walk in, accept, maintain the righteousness according to courage for this life that God has given us. So let's get it going, okay? Okay, so chapter 10 says, in the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a revelation was given to Daniel. So we see Daniel had a revelation. And its message was true, and it concerned a great war. So something was about to stir up. The understanding of the message came to him in a vision. So you know how sometimes we have dreams, and you can be sitting there sometimes and things just pop up. This is what was going on with Daniel. So he had a vision, okay? At that time, I, Daniel, mourned for 3 weeks. So because of this vision that he had, have you guys ever had a vision or a thought that just you saw the whole thing, or a dream, and it caused you to be in a certain type of mental or emotional? So it says that Daniel, because of this vision, it caused him to mourn for 3 weeks. He said, I ate no choice foods, no meat or wine touched my lips, and I used no lotions at all until the 3 weeks were over. On the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was standing on the bank of the great river, the Tigris, I looked up, and there before me was a man dressed in linen. Okay, follow me. With a belt of fine gold from Uphaz around his waist. His body was like topaz. His face was like lightning. His eyes like flaming torches. His arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a multitude. What do you guys think? He had a vision from an angel. He had a vision from heaven. Amen. So he said, I, Daniel, was the only one who saw the vision. Those who were with me did not see it, but such terror overwhelmed them that they fled and hid themselves. So I was left alone. So they knew something was happening, and they just got out of there. Have you guys ever had situations, and this helps you know that everything you go through, people that say they're your number one, they're your people, even family members, even sometimes spouses, they get out of there and they feel like, hey, you deal with that. That's your issue. This is the case. People that were with Daniel, they got out of there, and they didn't even know the dream. They didn't even have a dream like that. They went and hid themselves, so the Bible tells us. He said, so what he did was, he was left alone, gazing at this great vision, because it's not playing in his mind. He can see it when he closes his eyes. He can just see it probably when he opens his eyes. It's right there. You guys know, we all been there when we've had thoughts and visions or dreams. He said he had no strength left. His face turned deathly pale, and he was helpless. He said, then I heard him speaking, and as I listened to him, This is the visit from the angel. He said he listened to him. He said, I fell into a deep sleep, my face to the ground. A hand touched me and set the trembling on my hands and knees. He said, Daniel, you who are highly esteemed, consider carefully the words I am about to speak to you and stand up. For I now been sent to you. And when I have for I have now been sent to you. And when he said this to me, I stood up trembling. Then he continued, do not be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day that you were mine to gain understanding and humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come to respond to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to me because I was detained there with the king of Persia. Now I have come to explain to you what will happen to your people in the future. For the vision concerns a time yet to come. While he was saying this to me, I bowed with my face toward the ground and was speechless. Then one who looked like a man touched my lips, and I opened my mouth and began to speak. I said to one standing before me, I am overcome with anguish because of this vision, my Lord, and I feel very weak. How can I, your servant, talk with you, my Lord? Whoa, wait. So he's in a conversation with God, so this is not an angel, but he said, my strength is gone and I can hardly breathe. Again, one who looked like a man touched me and gave me strength. Do not be afraid, you who are highly esteemed. He said, peace, be strong. Now be strong. When he spoke to me, I was strengthened. Daniel said he was strengthened and said, speak, my Lord, since you have given me strength. So he said, do you know why I have come to you? So this is God that has come to him. Soon I will return to fight against the prince of Persia, and when I go, the prince of Greece will come. But first I will tell you what is written in the book of truth. Pause right there. Pause right there. This braid, y'all. Pause right there. Let's think about it. So I'm going to say this. This could have been God himself, Jesus Christ, or this could have been an angel. We're going to pray. I'm going to pray, and I'm going to ask God right now, God, please give me understanding. Was that you, or was that your angels that came to talk with Daniel? Okay? So nobody really knows. We can only assume, but I'm going to ask God. I don't want to assume. And we know that this vision, it frightened Daniel, right? For what was going to happen, right, to his people. And what we need to understand is when we think about a heavenly messenger, a celestial being, some like Gabriel. So this is what appears to Daniel, assuring him that, hey, your prayers have been heard, and the messenger, which is the person speaking to him, has been sent to you. And so because Daniel had this vision, and this vision was of a great conflict, and it led him to cry out, to mourn and fast for 3 weeks. And do you see how he explained all that he took from himself? We need to take notes. So what I want us to do is pray about Daniel chapter 10 so that we will know what to expect and understand. When we look at the angel talking, it's helping him to overcome the prince of Persia. Let's read the Bible for understanding. chapter 10 of Daniel.